It's day 43 of not cutting my hair until Congress passes significant and meaningful immigration legislation. I'm Dana. This is Policy Above Politics. Let's talk for a minute about birthright citizenship. The 14th Amendment basically says if a child is born in the United States and is subject to the laws and jurisdiction thereof, that child is a U.S. citizen. That's been interpreted to mean that any baby born, regardless of the parent's heritage or nationality or lawful presence in the United States, that baby's a U.S. citizen. One of President Trump's first executive orders of his second administration was a clarification of the administration's interpretation of the amendment. Basically, the interpretation says if a baby is born to a mother who is not lawfully present in the United States and the father is neither a U.S. citizen nor a lawful permanent resident, that baby is not automatically a U.S. citizen. Of course, that executive order was appealed through the court system immediately, and a number of states filed suit, and the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, heard that case this week. Basically, the administration said, that's our interpretation. That's what was intended by the 14th Amendment, that applied originally to slavery and those who were freed from involuntary servitude, involuntary slavery, and to their children, saying that they're automatically citizens of the United States, that there's no question. The other side says, no, this applies to everybody. They used as the basis for their case a U.S. v. Wong Kim Ark, which was an 1898 case where a Chinese couple who were lawfully present in the United States had a baby and then moved back to China. And this individual tried to enter the United States many years later as an adult, and the U.S. said, no, you are not a citizen, so you can't come into the United States. He said, well, my parents were here legally, and so yes, I am a citizen. The Supreme Court held on behalf of Wong Kim Ark and said, yes, you are a citizen. So that's the basis for the opposition's case now, saying the Supreme Court already said anyone who was born in the United States is a citizen. I guess really what it comes down to is lawful presence of the parent, the mother specifically, but also of the father. And that's what the Supreme Court's going to have to decide. So I have a question for you. What do you think about birthright citizenship? Do you agree that it applies to everybody? Do you think it should apply just to babies born to citizens, lawful permanent residents, or those legally in the United States? I'd really like to hear your opinion before the Supreme Court rules, which won't be until probably May or June. Tell me, what do you think? I'd love to hear your answers on this. Comment below. What do you think about birthright citizenship? And what are your thoughts in general on this whole topic? Thanks for listening.